Smash Writing. I'm Paul. This is Justin. Today, we are reviewing
Tremors.
Tremors, the series. I was going to say the hit series, but yeah.
To be fair, it was cancelled because it sounded like it was cancelled because it cost too much money, not because of ratings.
That is true. I mean, anything on sci-fi generally doesn't get high ratings anyway, so...
It was the record rating holder for a while.
Really?
Yes.
Do you know which one topped it?
Oh, I have no idea what topped it. Probably Sharknado.
Oh, God. But yes, today we are reviewing the Tremors series.
Chucky, probably.
Yeah, I'll probably say Chucky more
Yeah.
than anything now. That's more recent, like, that's good for them. But yeah, today we are reviewing Tremors, the series, which consists of about 13 episodes. Not released in order, so that's why half of it didn't seem right.
It was much more in order for me. I have the DVDs.
Oh, you watched it in order?
Yes.
Because it, no. You have the DVD?
Yeah.
Did you buy it?
Yeah.
Like, before I brought it up, or?
It was actually the same time.
Oh, okay, cool. I just seen it on Tubi. I'm like, I brought this idea, what was it, back in January when we did our last recording?
December.
December, really?
Yes.
Okay. And I literally was like on Tubi one day and I was like, wait, Tremors had a series? And you're like, yeah, where are you at? So I was like, dude, we got to get it eventually on the list. And finally we did. So here we are. Go ahead.
Tremors, the series, kind of breaks you up into 3 different storyline plots. In the first episode, we meet the older characters. None of them... The only returning actor we got is Burt Gummer. But we have some returning players like Jody, Nancy, and, of course, Burt. Then, episode 1, we meet the new players. We meet Tyler, who's bought Desert Jack's tour guide. We meet, you fucking put his initial up there.
WD.
Yeah, what the hell is...
That's what they credited him as.
We meet the home interior, and his name is something. He's in charge of making sure that everyone is following the rules laid forth due to the fact that El Blanco lives there now, so they have to abide by El Blanco's rules, kind of, or else they're going to be thrown out of perfection, since he's an endangered species, which they set up in the 3rd movie. And then we meet Rosalina, who's taken over for Miguel. That's sort of this one plot we mainly get is El Blanco and them living with him. And we have Shriekers and Ass Blasters. I hate that name. I hate the fact they called them Ass Blasters so much.
Did we never reviewed the whole film series?
No.
Okay, because like I know we watched a couple of them.
I think we only reviewed one of them.
Okay.
And then we have Mixmaster, because as we find out in the one episode, there was a lab that was out there, a science lab, that had been destroyed and covered up by the government. And one of their projects was called Mixmaster, that can mix any non-human DNA together to create a new monster. So we got a few of those running around.
Yeah, this sounds Sci-Fi Channel.
And then the third one we get is the Las Vegas mob story, which was the worst. It was only 2 episodes, and it was the worst.
That's why it was only 2 episodes out of 13.
Honestly, though, beside those 2, I really liked what they did with Mixmaster and the El Blanco, Ass Blasters, and Shrieker stuff.
Like I said, this is a whole new kind of. I really can't remember if I watched part 3, so it caught me a little off guard when it was like,
I have them all.
I know you do.
I have them all.
You have them all. I know you do. I feel like I watched more than I remember, but I didn't know this was obviously a direct sequel to part 3.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess in theory, like, a lot of times, they don't do it too often, but when a TV show is brought up, it's like, you know, the Chucky series that Justin just mentioned, that is, you know, it's going to serve as a sequel to one of the films. So it really caught me off guard when like they're trying to coexist with the albino
El Blanco.
Al Blanco, yeah.
Yeah, because normally it goes graboids give birth to shriekers, who give birth to ass blasters. Ass blasters deliver eggs far distance, and then the whole process restarts. El Blanco, though, can't give birth, so El Blanco is an always present threat. And I do like the fact that they utilize him as that, even when you're not seeing him. You have random moments throughout the show where everyone has to stop doing what they're doing because El Blanco's coming through town.
And I also like how they live with him since he's albino and he's the rare one. They can't.
Yeah, they can't do anything about it. They're literally stuck living with El Blanco.
Like, damn well, like, they're not going to have a man-eating creature and go, well, you know what? That's the same as, one of the animal species that are extinct or going extinct.
Well, I do like the fact that they did very well with that, right? That everyone who lives there knows the danger they're in, have all signed waivers. But in order to come in, you have to be approved first, because like Tyler had to be approved by the Home Interior agent. I know I wrote his name down.
There's, obviously I have the people that I have on our production board there is the main cast. They had guest and reoccurring as two separate categories. So
yeah,
the
Twitchell. His name is Twitchell.
Okay.
But I did like the fact that Twitchell is like he's being there for them. At the same time, he does not want to be there. He does not want to be in El Blanco's territory.
I mean, would you?
Oh,
well, yeah, you would. Yeah,
you can't do the "are you, would you" on me.
Yeah, because anytime it's psychotic or just not within reason, you're gonna be wanting to be a part of it. I totally get that. The funny thing is, like, when I was watching this,
like normally we would do episode by episode, right? But there's no real point in doing that because a lot of it is monster of the week.
Yeah. It's...
And you have arcs, but they're broken up so much.
Yeah. Like
there was no real finale for Mixmaster. Ash Blasters and Shriekers, they always were open and shut.
Like, I was doing my research on this, and I'm trying to figure out, like, why they released the episodes in different orders than storyline. Because, like, what was it? Episode 2 that got released was actually the 6th episode.
Yeah.
And
it sounded like Sci-Fi did it because they didn't like the order it was in, because they didn't think it was interesting enough to be the order. So they released it in order that they thought would be most interesting, that would retain viewers.
I mean, like, when you're watching a series, like, I get, like, since these are, mostly just episode arcs and all of that, not like a whole season arc, I get where that would make sense at, but if you're going to like this show, you're going to watch it. Because I think it's generally implied, like, I'll use an example, Game of Thrones. I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, watch the shows, all the episodes, but yet there will be episodes where you're just like, God, I hope next week's better. So, like, if you're interested, if you're a fan of Tremors, which, let's be honest here, anything on Sci-Fi, you almost have to hope the fan base is there.
Yeah. Well, this show did tailor the series really good for the fans.
Yeah, that's one of the
going in. If you're a fan of Tremors, you're gonna really
be a fan
enjoy
of this
series.
Like, it's not like a bad knockoff where you're just like, if you're okay with ass blasters, sounds like a porn name.
I hate the name. They're cool looking, but I hate the name.
Yeah. I mean, if you're okay with Shriekers and Grabloids and all of that, it still stays true to its material.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like if we were to ever, I'm not saying anytime soon, but if we were ever to review all the Tremors films, because we're already doing this, I don't think this would be like so far-fetched away from all the ratings I would give Tremors.
Yeah. Well, so even like the characters that they brought in, like Christopher Lloyd almost feels like he deserves to be in this universe.
Yeah. I was actually going to...
His name was Robert Singer. He feels like it was a good addition to Bixby.
Yeah, I was actually going to put his name up there because they labeled him as a. I think he was under the reoccurring. So was he in more than one episode? Now I'm trying to draw the blank.
I don't even remember him in the one.
Okay, so then he might have been a guest under the guest casting because I don't know what their standard is, but yeah, I mean, obviously you want to get he was good. He could have introduced him like he fits into the franchise. This series did. I mean, why call it a series? I mean, it is a series, but it's in one season. The show. Yeah, I almost want to review all the Tremors now, just to see if I can stay true to my word. I just really think like this stuck with the franchise. It did a good job at.
But there's some great episodes in this too. Like what's a little paranoia among friends? When they send Bart and Tyler down to investigate Toluca. No, it wasn't Toluca. It was some. Yeah, it was Toluca. And he gets there, and everyone thinks he's a government plant, and this is really aliens that are abducting their loved ones. Just his reaction to being called a government plant, and he's losing his mind over the idea.
Bert of all people, like if you know Bert.
Night of the Shriekers is really good too. Then you had some interesting the Mixmaster was a ghost dance with the ghost tentacle monster.
Right.
And then the is it called Pharaoh of Lana with the acid spitting plants. Everything felt like they fit into the universe.
Right. Like, and that's the beauty of it. Beauty of this one is like, I said, if you're a fan of the films, you're going to be a fan of this. Crazy that it took me 21 years to find this.
Yeah, I know. This is my third time watching this series.
What? You never told me that Tremors had a series.
I didn't know you didn't know.
Obviously.
Well, most of all, I should have known. You drag on everything.
What? That's not true.
Everything's a fight with him.
No, that is so not true. I remember watching Tremors 1, Tremors 2, and even to this day, I never for the longest time, I didn't know Tremors 2 was a direct to
DVD.
Because the quality was so good, and I think once again the series is staying on par with with the quality of films in that time frame. I think if you watch the films, I do think the quality probably went down after like 3.
The quality went up 3. There's some great moments and stuff, but the CGI on Blanco annoys the hell out of me.
Sci-fi.
And this was a healthy mixture of practical and CGI.
Yeah, they did. Like I said, it fit perfectly well for the quality of films in that time frame.
I enjoyed the characters here. I thought Leela Lee, who played Jodie, was great. Mm-hmm. Tyler Reed who was played by Victor Baroni. Mm-hmm. I thought he did great. He was an excellent bounce off of Bart
of course, the overall franchise star of Michael Gross.
Michael Gross, Bart Gummer. It goes without saying. He owns this character and he owns this series. Rosalita.
Yeah.
Who's played by Gladys Jimenez.
Yes.
She was an interesting character. A lot of times I can only imagine when they're writing the script it goes, okay, we need to threaten a character, let's just write something. We need to threaten Rosalita. But she's never the damsel in distress. She's always getting herself out of the situation. And that's where this series definitely earned up to what this movie series has been of like, do what you can with what you have. And they're always improvising something throughout the series.
Yeah. They played up all the normal themes of the franchise as well. I don't think this show, I don't think you can say much more than it fits into the franchise.
Yeah.
It doesn't stand alone. It connects with part 3. It's labeled as the direct sequel. It literally takes place after the events of 3, which I think it's like part 4 was a...
Part 4 was a prequel.
Okay, so there you go.
And part 5 was bad.
What was the name of part 5?
I can't remember what the name of 5 was. 5 was when they were in Africa.
Oh, God.
And 6 was Cold Day in Hell.
Was that the final film?
No, 7 was the final film. That was the one after Cold Day in Hell.
Was that Streaker Island or?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. God, I feel like that could be. If we do one of those ones, it may top Wishmaster too.
Sure. It's my luck it'll be a cold day in hell.
Yeah, exactly. So what overall grade of this short but fun series of 13 episodes?
B plus. B plus. It's a lot of fun. I can easily go back and watch it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna marry you. I'm gonna stick to B.
The answer is no.
What?
You said marry me. Like, no. The answer is no. I hardly reject that.
Mirror. I'm giving it a B. I thought, like I said, overall it stuck with the franchise. It was a fun, nice little ride. You had some good episodes. You had some bad episodes, which is, your when
The Vegas stuff was bad. The Vegas mob stuff was bad.
Yeah, that didn't feel like it fit.
No, it didn't fit. Didn't belong.
But they all can't be winners. But still, overall, B.
11 out of 13.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with the other arcs really because the rest really fit into the franchise. I probably would have given it an A, but the Vegas arc kind of like sabotaged it. But we both are giving it B's. Until next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.